Hello, let's do the New York Times Hard Sudoku for December 1st, 2025. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. All right, we're going to do a holistic pass again today. I'm actually immediately, my mouse happened to be there, I'm actually immediately seeing this 5, 6, 7 here against row 7. So what do I mean by that? Well, we have a 5, 6, and 7 already in this box, so they can't repeat in the box. And then we have a 4, 8, and 9, which are givens placed outside of the box in row 7. So the question is, where do 5, 6, and 7 go in the row? Because we need 3 cells for that, and these are the only 3 cells that can be 5, 6, 7. So those 3 cells must be 5, 6, 7. So we can say that these are only 5, 6, 7. So we can center mark it, saying nothing else can fit there. And that's going to mean that we have a few things. One is that this 4, 8, 9 can only go here. So we can actually see that the 8 is placed. And then the 4 and 9 can only go here. That's a 4, 9 pair. And then up here are the 3 digits we haven't mentioned, the 1, 2, and 3. That can't be 3, that can't be 1. All right, we can follow up a little bit on this. Let's see. So the 4, 9 pair looks up, that 4 looks down. I am going to corner mark 4s in one of these two, but I don't think there's anything immediate to do. I'm also seeing 4s looking into here, putting a 4 in one of these two. That may or may not be interesting enough for the first pass, but we'll do it anyway. All right, so that was the first thing I noticed. Let's come back around, see. We have a lot of these formations, so there's possibility for more of that happening. I'm not immediately seeing it. 2, 6, 3, 2, 8, 9, 3, 4, 8. Okay. Just something to note is that 3 is here or here in this column. The 9 looks through. Okay, any crossings maybe? It actually doesn't look like there's much opportunity for it. We have this 8 and this 8 crossing the 3, 6. So there's an 8 in one of these two that points up with this 8. This 8 looks in. Placing this 8. Let's just see how far 8 can go with 8s. Let's just look at all the 8s here. Okay, so we have 6 8s placed already. And the remaining 3 8s are in this sort of typical formation here, where it's an L shape in 3 boxes. And all 4 of these could be 8. All right. I'm not sure that there's any... Let's see. I'm going to really quickly look at... Okay, yeah, sorry. I was going to say I'm going to really quickly look at buddies, and I noticed we actually have these 1s and 4s right away. So 1, 4 can't go here. 1, 4 can't go here. And it can't go here because there's a 9 sitting there. So this is a hidden 1, 4 pair. So only 1 and 4 can go there because otherwise we won't be able to fit both the 1 and 4 in there. So what did that remove? That removed quite a few digits. Let's see, the 6 looking in is now helpful. Puts a 6 in one of these two. That's going to point with this 6. These two 6s look up, placing this 6. All right. Anything else? The 8 we got. 2, 9, 8. Okay, I'm not seeing anything else to get from that hidden 1, 4 pair. Anything else? More buddies. 3s. We have, this isn't as interesting, but we do have 3, 6 here and 3, 6 here. Unfortunately, these 3, 6 don't line up. But we do know that the 3 and 6 are down here, and I'm just going to mark that. That's not 3, that's not 6. So we have that there. The 7, I don't see anything else to do with that. Then down here, 8, 3, 4, 2, 9. All right. The 2 looking in does put a 2 in one of these two. All right. I'm going to take a quick look at the verticals as well, but I think it might be time to go systematic. I think the last thing I might want to do is this column, which is down to 4 digits. There may be something there. Let's take a look. I'm already seeing the 1 is limited. We need the 1, 4, 5, 7. This can't be 1 or 4, so this is down to 5, 7. 1, 4, 5, 7. This can't be 5 or 7, so this is 1, 4. Oh, and this is a 5, 7 pair. So this is where the other 1, 4 goes, right? So this 1, 4, I could have maybe seen that 1, 4 can't go in any of these cells because we have the 1, 2, 3 triple there. All right. So this can't be 5 or 7. Just looking to see if there's a follow-up. It does not appear that there is. All right, any other low-hanging fruit that I might want to just look at right away? This column is down to 2, 3, 4, 9. So this is only 2, 3. These both can't be 3, so these are 2, 4, 9. Oh, this is a 2, 3 pair, so these can't be 2. So that's a 4, 9 pair. Leaving 3 digits in this box, we need a 1, 2, 4. No, 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 5. This is 1, 2. The 5's in one of these two. This is 1, 5. This is 1, 2, 5. Okay. 1, 2 pair here and a 4, 9 pair here. So the other 2 digits are the, I'm missing it, 5 and 7 it looks like. And that makes a 5, 7 pair here. So the remaining 3 digits here are 2, 3, 9. This can't be the 2 or the 9. So this is a naked 3. And that leaves a 2, 9 pair here. Oh, and this can't be 9 because of the box. So that's 2 and that's 9. So this was the only place for 9 in the row, was another way to find that. Let's see, 2 and 3. The 3 is placed in this box. The 3's look down, this 3 looks in, and we have this 1, 2, 3 triple. So this is our 3. What else can we do here? 1, 4 pair, so this is 5, 6, 7. That makes a 5, 6, 7 triple in this row, so that leaves a triple behind in these 3 cells. We need a 2, 3, 9. All I'm seeing is this 3 down here. Oh, the 3 and the 9. Okay, actually, the 9 can't go here, so the 9's here. And then the 3 looks up, making this a 2 and a 3. 3 in the corner celebrating. That can't be 3, so that places the 3 here, which places the 6. So this 3, 6 that we found actually just paid off. That leaves a triple here. See, this is 2, 3 for this box, and then this is a triple. We need 5, 7, 8. This can't be 5 or 8, so that's our 7, and then this is a 5, 8 pair. All right. It looks like our holistic pass is pretty much collapsing the puzzle, but we'll see. We do still have some more low-hanging fruit we can take a look at. So this column, for example, we need a 1, 2... What did I miss? 1, 2, oh, 4. 1, 2, 4, and 9. 1, 2, 4, 9. I mean, these aren't 4, so this isn't 2 or 4, so this is 1, 9. I think this can be any of 1, 2, 4, 9. This can't be 2, so this is 1, 4, 9. Not amazing. So let's actually just go back to systematic here, because there's too much to follow up on here. So we want to make sure we didn't miss anything obvious. So this band we've basically taken care of, but I do want to look at the verticals, especially focusing on our blue digits. But when we have a box this filled, I like to just look at the other givens here. So we've got the 3, 5, and 6. The 3s are done. We have the 5 and 6. So the 6s look down, putting a 6 in one of these two. 5, 6. 5, no, okay. And then we've got the 3, 4, and 8. We already took care of the 3. The 4 we already got here. The 8 is in part of this 5, 8. Okay. Over here, we have everything penciled, so we don't need to worry too much about this. I'm just going to make sure there aren't any more like pairs or triples I didn't pay attention to, but it looks like we're fine there. And then this vertical, the 2s are done, the 3s are done. We have 8 and 9. Okay, so the 9's actually. 9's over here. 2, 3, 8, 9. We have the 6. 6 is one of these two. That could be helpful. Yes, that points up. So 6 in this box is one of these two, because this 6 looks in, this 6 looks down. So that points up, telling us that's not a 6, placing the 6 in the box. So what's going on with this cell, maybe? Actually, we can just do the whole column, which is down to 4 now. We need a 1, 4, 5, 7. So this is 1, 4, 7. 1, 4, 5, 7. Wow, it can be any of them. Same here. All right, that's not helpful. All right, let's do this band here. We have 3. Are 3s done? 3s aren't quite done. Okay. We have 7 threes placed. The remaining threes are in this formation here, this rectangle. So we can't do more with that. We have the 5. I really want the 5 to do something. We have these 5s. We don't have any 5s in this stack placed. All right, so the 5s don't do anything. 6s are done. 3s. The 2 maybe? 2's in one of these two. All right, I'm noticing this column is down to 4. I hadn't noticed that earlier. We need a 1, 5, 7, 8. 1, 5, 7, 8. We know this isn't 8, so this is 1, 5, 7. This can't be 7, so this is 1, 5, 8. Oh, it's not 5 either. 5's in the box. So 1, 7, 8. What else is happening here? Anything in this band? I think I looked at it already. Okay, so I'm looking for basically more low-hanging fruit here. We kind of crawled to a stop after getting a flurry of digits really early. So I might just be missing something that I didn't pay attention to. I do want to remember we had this 5-7 pair. This can't be 5-7 only because of that. But I don't see a good 7 maybe? Yes. 7 in this row is interesting because it can't go here. And it's not in any of these. It can't because of this 7. And then this can't be 7 because of the 5-7 pair. So 7 ends up in one of these two. And that's going to claim. What do I mean by claiming? Well, in this row, we need a 7. It's going to be here or here. So we say that row 6 claims the 7 from box 6. They both happen to be 6, but it doesn't matter. This row claims the 7 from this box, meaning that the 7 has to be in this row, so it can't be elsewhere in the box. So that's not a 7, and that gives us a 1-4 pair. Now, something we could do is a technique called within the classification of uniqueness. It is the simplest uniqueness technique called the unique rectangle, and it's in the classification of uniqueness where we add an assumption that there is only one solution to the puzzle. We know that's true of New York Times puzzles, and it's true of any correctly crafted Sudoku puzzle, so that it can be logically solved. But if we assume that there is only one solution, this cannot be a 1 or a 4. Because if it was a 1 or a 4, we'd end up with a 1-4 pair in this row. We'd end up with a 1-4 pair in this... Sorry, both of these rows would have a 1-4 pair. Both of these columns would have a 1-4 pair, and both of these boxes would have a 1-4 pair. And so there'd be no way to distinguish whether the 1s and 4s go like this, with the 1s here, or with the 4s here. And so there'd be at least 2 solutions to the puzzle that would both be completely fill-inable. We'd finish the whole puzzle. We'd have these 1-4 pairs remaining. There'd be nothing to tell us which way to go, so there'd be at least 2 solutions. And so the conclusion there is that because we know there's only one solution, this cannot be a 1 or a 4. And so something to be careful about is the rectangle needs to be in exactly 2 boxes, 2 rows, 2 columns, 2 boxes. If you have something like this, that is actually allowed to have those pairs because it's in 4 boxes. And so elsewhere in those boxes, you could resolve it. And so we could eliminate 1 and 4 from here. I'm not going to because I don't like using uniqueness. But also we can see that we actually have a 1-4 pair in the box. But I wanted to point out that this is a technique that plenty of people are completely willing to use. I prefer not to. But because it adds that assumption that there's a unique solution. But we do have 1-4 pair in the box now. And so that does the same thing. It removes 1 and 4 from all of these, actually. So it's more powerful. We need a 5, 7, 8, 9. Let's think about that. So this is 7, 8, 9. This is 5, 8, 9. These can't be 8. So these are 5, 7, 9. That's not a 9. Let's see. In fact, the rest of this column is 5, 7. That makes a 5, 7 pair in this box. And so this can't be 5, 7. That's a 6. That places 6 and 2 in this box. Ooh, that was loud. That's not a 6. This is 1 or 4. So that's a 1-4 pair in this column. Doesn't seem to do anything. All right. Sorry. Trying to follow up. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 5, 7, 1, 4. I'm going to clean up some of these corner marks that we really don't need. Oh, the one thing I do want to keep is the 7s. I'm going to clear up the 8 and 9s, though, because the 7s point. This 7 looks in. So 7's in one of these two. Basically, we learned this isn't 7. We already knew it wasn't 7. Sorry. This is down to 1, 4, 9. So that's a 149 triple in this row. I'm going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb so we stop hearing noises from it. All right. Sorry about that. Why is this a 149 triple? This is another thing that I get a lot of questions about. Because people are expecting to have a 1 in here and a 9 in here. The first thing I will say is these are our pencil marks. We eliminated 1 from here and 9 from here because of these givens, but I could put a 1 here and a 9 here. It's just my pencil marks. But the whole point is that we don't need that for our logic. The whole point is that these are 3 cells. The green are 3 cells in the same row. And because they are in the same row, we are not allowed to repeat digits. They could also be in the same box. They could be in the same column or multiple. The whole point is we cannot repeat digits in green, but we have to put a digit. We have to put a digit in each one. So we need 3 digits to put in there. And if we go through here, we can see that the only digits I'm ever going to mention are 1s, 4s, and 9s. This is 149. This is 49. This is 14. So by definition, like because we're going to be using 3 digits and the only digits I can put in these 3 are 1s, 4s, and 9s, they will use up the 1, the 4, and the 9. So if I tried to put a 1 here, which I have a center marked, I have a 1 center marked here. If I tried to put a 1 here, there is no way we're getting 3 digits in green because we only have 4 and 9 left. And you can see this resolves as 4, this resolves as 9, and then there's nothing to put here. Or, you could resolve this as 4, this as 9, and then there'd be nothing to put here. So we need the 1 in green, meaning it can't also be here because basically the green is going to use up the 1, the 4, and the 9, removing it from the rest of the row, any non-greens. So that's not a 1. That's how that 149 triple works. This is a 125 triple. We already knew that. I don't know that removing 1 from here did a whole lot, but we'll see. All right, what else can I find? 1, 4. The 4s are, yeah, that's not really interesting. Do I just need to pencil the rest of this? Let's see. This is down to 1, 5, 7, 9. Oh, yeah, okay. The obvious thing is that 9 in this box is in one of these 2. So if 9's in one of these 2, it can't be here. So this is 4 and this is 9. We also had this 1, 4 pair here, telling us the same thing. This is down to 1, 5, 7, 9. It's not a 1. The 1 looks down. 1's in one of these 2. So this is down to 5, 7, 9. What am I not seeing? Maybe I need to pencil these. I could think about what's left in the column. We know this isn't 2 or 7, so it's probably limited. We need a... In fact, where's 2 in the column? That's probably the easy question, because these aren't 2. This isn't 2. This isn't 2. So the 2 in the column goes here. In fact, I just have that corner marked 2. That's all alone. So at some point, I smashed another 2. Where was it? I don't know. At some point, I removed a 2. So that's the only place for 2 in the box. And now that's the only place for 7. Should have seen that earlier. All right, so that's 1, that's 4, that's 9. That's our 8. We get the 5, 2, 4. We get the 9 here. We get the 1, 1, and 4 here. That's our 3 and 2. That's 9. We get the 1, 5, 7, 9. We get our 2, 1, and 3. We get our 1 and 4, 5, and 7. That's 5 and 7. 7, 5, 7, 5. Oops, 8, 5. That's 1, 4, 8. And we are done. All right. I think I just didn't notice that I had eliminated a 2 in this box at some point, and that would have just that would have finished my collapse. But I was given the opportunity to explain a few things that I like to be able to explain, like the uniqueness here, which the 1, 4 pair took care of, and then the triple here, which eliminated a 1 from here. But it's nice to be able to have those teaching moments, even if they weren't particularly useful in this puzzle. All right, well, let me know how you did, and if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.